guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is my third time recording this video, so let's hope third time's the charm, because the last times I've been talking to myself and it's been recording a different screen which has had absolutely nothing on it, so I haven't been showing you anything. So third time's the charm with this. I'm going to be rebuilding Leicester City. Now this is a rebuild I've wanted to do for a while, but the timing just so happens that obviously as of yesterday when I'm recording this, Brendan Rodgers has been sacked. So I figured now is time, I'll get on with it. I have got another rebuild schedule, so I don't know when this will come out, but it's still a really good rebuild to do. Obviously, a few years ago, won the league. They won the FA Cup. They were challenging for top four, and now they're in 19th. So there's quite a dramatic drop-off there. So I think this is a really good rebuild to do. One thing I want to set a disclaimer with, which is actually here, the wage budget. So what seems to have happened there, I had wage budget to spare. I then went to sign a player for 98k. So I figured I would balance that out so it'd go down. So I sold a player who was on 75k. I then released a player who was on 30k. I think either I've misread it or the figure wasn't correct here, because we're now still 70k in debt. So I don't know how that mathematically has happened, but that was not part of the plan. I'm hoping later in the season they'll either let me increase the wage budget, or they'll basically I'll have to make a sale, but we'll see that later on in the season. But let's get into our transfers. So on the outs, I was looking at stuff. Let's go to transfers first. So on the outs, we went Lewis Brunt out on loan. Oh, what has happened there? Lewis Brunt has gone out on loan. We also got Shane Flynn out on loan, Joe Warmilton, Chiritsu Odunzi, Terrell Pennant, Shea Braybrook, and Lishabella. They're all gone out on loan. There's a couple of cash transfers we had. So Tawando Mashwanhais, 725k potentially rising. He's gone out to Burnley. Not great potential. The reason I decided to cash in was just because I wanted the money, and also I wanted the money. I didn't think they'd go into anything, and I think for me, they came to me and said they were going to leave on a free transfer anyway, so I was like, right, fine, see ya. Another player who'd done exactly the same was Daniel Amati. He went for 13.25 to Ajax. Now his value has jumped up, which is a bit frustrating, but he was a leading Sky Bet Championship player. He came to me, said he was going to leave on a free and consider his options at the end of his contract. So I figured rather than lose him on that free transfer, I'll cash in now, get rid of him, and that's what I've done. The other player was Jannik Vestergaard for 5.5 million to West Ham. He was on 75k. Got rid of him to try and balance the books, and because I had a different replacement line already in. So he's went, but didn't work out that way. But either way, he wouldn't have played much. On the ins, we got Livakovic. So 8.5 million for him. He's now valued 23 to 29. Really good keeper. Really good, important player who can still improve. I think he will, because looking at this, there's a couple of concerns for which command of area, communication, and first touch. They absolutely can improve, and usually I've played quite a few seasons on this game. Usually they do improve when I see them in the future. So I'm hoping this will be another case where it does, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Also, we signed the most signed player on the January update, which is Alex Scott for 10 million, rising to 12.5. Value shot up again, but he's really good potential. He's 18, he's English, he's a good lead. He's a lead in Sky Bet Championship, potential Premier League standard. I think he'll be higher than that. I think he'll be a lead in, but he can play in a multitude of positions. He can play wing back, which I won't play him in, but the option's there. He can play DM, he can play centre mid, he can play cam. One of these two, depending on where Madison plays, will probably be where he goes. He can also play right wing, but really good young player. He can also help us with Europe. So because he's 18, he should be within the trained at club between the ages of 19 and 21 to get the homegrown trained at club status. So I'm hoping he'll help us in Europe down the line as well. Another player I'm hoping will do the same for 16 million was Yasser Asprilla from Watford. Again, value shot up, really well rounded. He could play anywhere behind the striker, and he can also play the striker, but not as well. Good potential again, 5-star potential, leading Sky Bet Championship. I think he's a really good young player to get in. Again, he's 18, so he should help us in Europe in the future as well. Our signing, we signed before we sold Vestergaard and was sort of my replacement, was Josip Satulo. He value again shot up. Good, great tackling, great anticipation, great composure. He's still 22, and according to this, he can improve to a leading Premier League player. He's currently a decent, so I'm happy with him now, but he can still improve quite a lot. And even if he doesn't, to be honest, I think I'd be able to sell him for a profit, so I have no concerns over that. Agility is a slight concern, so I'm hoping I can work on that in training and get that up, but we'll have to see. And 6.3, so I'm hoping for corners, set pieces, he may be a really good player, good jump and reach as well. And then the final sign-in for 30.5, rising to 43.5, so a very, very expensive transfer, but I think he's worth it. Foot Manager players of 5 years ago will remember this man. He was one of the most signed players possible. It's Domenico Berardi, still at Sassuolo in real life. He's not in my game now because we have signed him. 50 million to 55 is his current value. He's an important player in his prime years. So he's 3.5 star. I think he suits the tactic really well. He's got good leadership, good determination, good off the ball, good vision, good penalty taking, good passing. Just a really good, well-rounded player. I think he's going to be a star man for us, or I hope he is. But that's it for the player transfers. Staff-wise, we have done quite a bit of rebuilding with our staff. So Brian Klug, great coach, he's come in. We've got Colbert come in as a fitness coach, great fitness coach there. Nuri, again, another fitness coach, fantastic. Those are sort of my go-tos. Scouting-wise, we've improved as well. We've got Eric Abayel, who a lot of people know. We got in Giles Grimaldo. Again, he's just really good area. So Ivory Coast, Senegal, I didn't think we didn't really have many players there, many scouts there. So I got him in. I'm hoping we'll be allowed more scouts in future as well. But this is how we currently line up staff-wise. We were one of the lowest in the league before, so I've managed to improve that. I do have still a recruitment analyst and a loan manager to come in, so these should improve as well. Why does it say that I have vacancy for a scout, but I have 12 or 12? That is odd. We'll see what happens there. But I've also got a head physio and head sports scientist, so these should still improve. But overall, I have improved them. Tactic-wise, as I said, this is the tactic we're going with. We're going with the GYR FM. This is what our assistant thinks is the best team. GYR FM, he tends to have, to me at least, for the last 2 editions of the game, had the best tactics. So I really like what he's got at the minute. GYR FM, it's the Swans Alone at version 2. I think this just suits the squad. So I want to give this a try and see how this does for us. We are expected to finish in 8th. So the season preview has us finish in 8th. This is what they expect our lineup to be. But I want to finish either 6th or 7th because I want Europe for next season. Financially, we're not in too bad a place. We've got 39 million. Debt-wise, transfer debt 17, 12.122 net debt. But I think over the course of 5 years, we can get that down. No problem at all. So I'm quite happy with that. But I'm hoping we'll get Europe next season, and that should start helping with this, start helping with the balance as well. Finally, let's just get into the pre-season, how we've done pre-season wise, and then I will simulate the first season. So we beat our second 11 3-0, Dakar with 2, Wout Faze with 1. Exeter we beat 5-0, Iheanacho, Madison, Dakar with 2 and Mendy with 1. Wolfsburg beat 7-1, Madison, Iheanacho, Vardy with a hat-trick, Dakar and Tete in the 91st minute. Against Molden, we won 3-1, Dakar with 2 and Prate with 1. 9-0 against Hampton and Richmond, Dakar with 4, Barnes with 1, Faust with 1, Scott with 2 and Madison with 1. Sheffield Wednesday, Vardy was the sole scorer in his testimonial. And then against Olympiacos, it was 3-0, Barnes, Dakar and Iheanacho with the goals there. So really good pre-season. We are undefeated. We've got Chelsea to start with, so I'm hoping that'll be a good... Hoping we'll manage to get a result there, but we've got a couple of tough fixtures to start. This run does not look good, so October looks really rough, but maybe we can pick up some wins beforehand. We'll have to see with that. But I will see you back now for the end of the first season, and we'll see how we get on with Leicester. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the end of season number 1. Let's get into it and see how we've done. Okay. So we've got Europe for next season, Europa League. I said I wanted Europe. We got it. Fantastic. Obviously, finishing 6th. We were predicted 8th. I said I wanted 7th or 6th to obviously best stat. So perfect, we hit target. 1 point below Chelsea in 5th, so that's really good. Relegated Southampton, Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. So some players there I'd potentially look to steal, but we'll have a look into that later. But yeah, really good season. Quarter-final of the FA Cup and semi-final of the Carabao Cup. So some really good results there. Let's have a look at our fixture list. So, as sorted by competition. Carabao Cup, we beat Leeds first round, 3-1. Beat Villa, then 3-1. Beat Fulham 1-0. Norwich 3-0. And then lost 4-1 on aggregate to Arsenal, 1-1 away, and 3-0 at home. That is shocking. Okay, what about the FA Cup? So, beat Salford, beat Barnsley, beat Tottenham, and then lost 3-1 to Arsenal. Arsenal seem a bit of a bogey team here for us. What's our biggest result? Big results, 5-2 twice against Fulham. Fulham must hate us. 5-1 against Liverpool. That's an incredible result. 4-2 against West Ham. 4-1 against Wolves. 3-1 away against Man City. Big result that. 3-0 against Tottenham. Beat Arsenal at home. Lost a heavy defeat 5-1 to Arsenal away. 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 Man City. 2-1 Chelsea. 3-0 Man United. So some good results there. Let's have a look at our players. So, okay, 3 players average rating. So Iheanacho, Maddison, and Sancho, the only ones above 7. Livramento as well. How is he coming along? So he's improved a bit on command of area, but these still need a bit of improvement. But 12 clean sheets, I will take it. That's not too bad. Goal-wise, Iheanacho top with 18. Maddison with 11. Oop. Okay, fair enough. Daka with 11 and Berardi with 11. Okay. Assist-wise, top was Berardi, second was Maddison, third was Iheanacho. So, not like a really good goal-scoring record. Where's Daka? Daka got 11. Berardi barely played, he got 6, so he's probably going to be leaving soon. Let's see if I can get him a new deal on less wages, because I think 160 grand for him's a bit of a joke. Like Johnny Evans, for example, he's a player, still a good Premier League player. He's currently on 100k. I've agreed a new deal with him for 33k. So that will be good. Oh, there we go. It's already gone down. But he's got a new deal. He's going to be a backup. He's still a good Premier League player, consistent. So I figured, why not? But yeah, really good first season. I'm really happy with that. Youth intake wise, guys, we didn't really have a good youth intake. Mohamed was the only real alright player. Rest of it wasn't really that great. But that's all we've really got. A bit of a disappointing youth intake. But I will see you back for the start of season number 2.